There's a war happening every single day. It's not out there. It's in here, in your mind. That war is between the version of you that's soft, scared, lazy, and the version that's relentless, ruthless, unbreakable. If you don't get up and consciously decide to dominate that battlefield every single morning, you're already losing. The warrior mindset is not about motivation. It's not about feeling good. It's about doing the work, even when you feel broken. It's about building a mind so strong that nothing, and I mean now-ing, can shake it. You don't need more people telling you how to win. You need to listen to the savage inside you that's been waiting to come alive. The problem is too many people silence that voice. Too many people drown in comfort, distraction, and self-pity. You were not born to be average. You were not made to live soft and die forgotten. You were built to suffer, to bleed, to fall, and keep rising. The warrior mindset doesn't wait for permission. It takes ground even when the odds are against you. Here's the truth. Nobody's coming to save you. You either save yourself or stay stuck. A warrior doesn't cry about their circumstances. They change them. A warrior doesn't complain about pain. They chase it. A warrior doesn't run from fear. They run into it and break it down. The mindset of a warrior is forged in suffering. Every mile, every hour, every rep, every tear, every dark night. That's where the transformation happens. You want to change your life? Then change your mind. Build a mind that doesn't back down. Build a mind that's obsessed with growth, that's hungry for the grind, that doesn't care if it hurts, because it knows pain is the price of greatness. You don't need to be born with it. You build it day by day, battle by battle. The warrior mindset doesn't take shortcuts. It doesn't care. It only cares about results. It only respects one thing: work. There are no hacks, no easy path, just relentless, dirty, painful. Okay. And if you're not ready to bleed, don't expect to shine. So this is your wake-up call. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're soft, and that can be changed right now, today. Decide to suffer more. Decide to train your mind harder. Decide to stop making excuses and become the savage you were meant to be. The real war isn't the one you see in the gym, on the field, or even out in the world. It's the one that rages inside your own mind the second you wake up. The moment your alarm goes off, the internal war begins. One side whispers, stay in bed just 5 more minutes, while the other roars, get up and earn your place. That split-second decision before the day even begins is the first battle of the day. And make no mistake, how you respond defines everything. Most people lose that battle before their feet even hit the ground. A warrior wins that fight every damn time because they've trained their mind to dominate the moment, not bow to it. The truth is, the hardest fights you'll ever face are the ones no one sees. The fight to stay disciplined when nobody's watching. The fight to stay focused when life throws chaos your way. The fight to do the hard thing when the easy way is begging you to quit. These internal battles don't come with trophies. There's no crowd cheering for you. No spotlight. Just silence. And either victory or surrender. The warrior mindset is about understanding that these moments matter more than any external win. The war inside your head is more dangerous, more powerful, and more important than anything else. That's why a warrior doesn't just wake up and hope to win. Wakes up and prepares to win. Every day, through routine, through discipline, through relentless self-accountability. You train your mind to be the kind of savage that doesn't flinch when the pain hits, doesn't back off when fear shows up, and doesn't fold when everything feels overwhelming. You become the kind of person who's already done the mental push ups before the world even hands you a challenge. That's what separates the warrior from the rest. They've been fighting internal battles for so long, losing is no longer an option. Understand this. Want to. Your mind is either your most dangerous enemy or your most powerful weapon. If you don't control it, it will control you. It will drag you down into doubt, insecurity, weakness, and fear. It will feed you lies like, I'm not good enough. I'll start tomorrow. And if you listen, if you accept that voice, it will own you. But if you fight, if you dominate that voice, you take back control. You show your mind that it doesn't run the show anymore. You do. That's where real freedom starts. Not in the world, but in your ability to win that inner war. People think warriors are built in gyms or battlefields. Wrong. Warriors are built in silence, in solitude and suffering. They're built when no one's around to see the reps, the tears, the self-talk, the inner conflict. Every morning you choose to show up instead of shrink down. You earn another scar of discipline. And those scars, they turn into armor, mental armor. They protect you when life tries to knock you off course. They remind you who you are. They whisper back when the weak voice inside tries to speak. You don't run this. Winning the war inside doesn't happen once. It's not a single victory. It's a daily grind. You've got to show up every day like your life depends on it, because it does. Every time you win that internal battle, your mind gets stronger, your focus sharpens, your grit multiplies. Every time you choose comfort over courage, you feed the enemy inside. So the question is simple. Are you showing up to win, or are you letting yourself lose in silence? The warrior mindset doesn't ask that question. It answers it. Single day. You were built for pain, not comfort. You weren't made to sit on a couch and waste away in comfort. You weren't born to scroll endlessly through your phone while your potential rots in the background. You were built to endure, to struggle, to overcome. Look at history. Every person who ever achieved greatness went through hell. Not one of them made it by staying warm, safe, and comfortable. They suffered, they bled, but they failed again and again, coming back harder, stronger, more dangerous. Why? Because that's what they were made for. That's what you were made for. Every time you choose comfort, you disconnect from your true nature. Every time you embrace pain, you tap into the version of you that was born to dominate. Pain is the path. Most people avoid it like it's some kind of disease, but warriors chase it. They welcome it. They see pain as a signal, not of weakness, but of growth. The pain of a hard workout, the pain of waking up at 4 a.m., the pain of doing the right thing when the wrong thing is easier. That's the pain that builds you. It forges the kind of mindset that doesn't flinch when adversity shows up. The more you feel that pain, the more you know you're evolving. Comfort is a liar. It promises safety, but robs you greatness. Pain is the truth. It breaks you down and builds you back into something you've never been before. Here's what people don't get. Comfort is the most dangerous drug in the world. It numbs your drive. It kills your hunger. It convinces you to stay exactly where you are because it's not that bad. And that's where dreams die, in the land of not that bad. Warriors refuse to live there. They'd rather feel pain every day than waste away in a life they settle for. You were not designed to be soft. You were designed to be tested, to be pushed, to be crushed, and still crawl forward. That's how the warrior mind is born, by embracing the pain that everyone else avoids. Pain teaches you what no book ever will. It shows you who you really are when the excuses stop working, when the motivation fades, when nobody's watching and it's just you ves you. That's when pain whispers, let's see what you've got. And that's the moment that separates the real ones from the quitters. Most people tap out. A warrior digs in. The deeper the pain, the deeper the power. You don't just survive it, you build yourself through it. Every rep, every mile, every setback is a lesson carved in your bones, written in blood. And it all adds up to one thing unbreakable will. Understand this? You don't need to avoid pain. You need to invite it. You need to look it in the eye and say, let's go. Pain is not the enemy, comfort is. Pain is your trainer, your mentor, your forge. It's the fire that burns away your weakness and leaves only the strongest version of you behind. But you only get that if you're willing to suffer. That's why they stay average. That's why they stay soft. That's why they lose. So if you're tired of staying stuck, if you're sick of feeling like you're capable of more but never breaking through, then stop running from pain. Run into it. Embrace it. Let it break you. Let it humble you. Let it sharpen you. Because only through pain do you earn the right to call yourself a warrior. And only through suffering do you rise into the life you were meant to live. Excuses kill the warrior in you. Excuses are the silent killers of potential. They're the invisible chains that keep you locked in mediocrity while convincing you you're doing enough. You say you don't have time. That's an excuse. You say you're tired. Excuse. You say you've got too much going on. Excuse. You weren't built to explain why you're not where you want to be. You were built to conquer anyway. Every time you let an excuse slide, you weaken the warrior inside you. You teach yourself that quitting is acceptable. That underperforming is understandable. That mediocrity is just part of life. But a warrior doesn't make peace with excuses. They declare war on them. The problem with excuses is they sound logical. They sound reasonable. And that's what makes them so dangerous. Or, I deserve a break. Or, I'll start on Monday. These aren't just words. They're weapons used by the weaker part of your mind to sabotage your mission. Every excuse you make gives strength to the part of you that doesn't want to change. That soft, scared, lazy version of you is always looking for a way out, and excuses are its ammunition. The warrior mindset is about cutting that voice off before it gets loud. You don't negotiate with it, you don't reason with it, you crush it. A true warrior doesn't need perfect conditions to perform. Rain, pain, chaos, failure, exhaustion, none of it matters. The warrior shows up regardless. Why? Because excuses are for people who are okay with staying the same. Warriors are not. Warriors are obsessed with progress, and they know that progress requires pain, not permission. While others wait for motivation, the warrior moves. While others explain why they can't, the warrior proves why they can. That's the difference. Not talent, not luck. Just zero tolerance for excuses. Let's be clear. Every time you let an excuse win, you're telling your future self, I'm okay staying weak. And if you keep repeating that cycle, it becomes who you are. But when you call out your excuses, when you fight them in real time, you take back control. You remind yourself that you're not a victim of your situation. You're a product of your decisions. And the decision to not listen to your own BS is one of the most powerful moves a warrior can make. That's self-mastery. That's freedom. Excuses are comfortable. They give you a way out. They allow you to feel okay about not doing what you said you'd do. But comfort is not your friend. It's the trap. And excuses are its voice. The warrior mind recognizes this and uses it as fuel. You don't feel like working out. Good. Do it anyway. You're too tired to finish that task. Good. Push through. You failed yesterday? Even better, show up stronger. Every time you reject the excuse, you strengthen your will. Every time you show up regardless, you send a message to your mind, I am not the kind of person who backs down. So the next time your mind whispers an excuse, stop and ask yourself, is this the warrior talking? Or is it the weak version of me trying to take the wheel again? Your destiny is determined by who you listen to. Excuses are always going to show up. But if you want to be a warrior, you don't just ignore them. You obliterate them before they take root. You kill them with action. You bury them under sweat, struggle, and sacrifice. And when you do that long enough, you don't just silence excuses. You eliminate the part of you that ever needed them. Nobody's coming. Not your parents. Not your friends. Not your boss. Not some motivational speaker. There's no cavalry charging in. No miracle solution. No handout that's going to magically fix your life. If you're waiting for someone to knock on your door and drag you in discipline, greatness, and self-respect, you'll be waiting forever. That's the cold truth. The faster you accept that reality, the faster you take ownership of your life. Warriors don't look for rescue. They become their own rescue. They stop blaming, stop complaining, and start to look in the mirror and say, if I want to change, it's on me. People waste years hoping the right opportunity will show up, hoping someone will believe in them, hoping someone will understand their struggle and help them through it. But the truth is, no one will ever care about your dreams as much as you do. You can have the most supportive people in your corner and still lose. Because it's not about them. It's about what you're willing to suffer for. What you're willing to grind through. What you're willing to do when no one believes in you. Warriors are built in isolation, in doubt, in silence. They don't need saving. They create a life that doesn't require it. There's a sick addiction in today's world, dependency. People want someone to tell them what to do, how to feel, and when to move. But the warrior mindset kills that dependency. It rewires your brain to say, and that's enough. It doesn't wait. It acts. It doesn't ask for guidance every 5 minutes. It figures it out. Because when you realize no one's coming to fix your problems, something powerful happens. You stop waiting and start working. That's when the switch flips. That's when the beast inside wakes up and says, I got this. This mindset creates a relentless force inside you. One that doesn't need applause, validation, or backup. One that understands every excuse is just a delay tactic. You see, people will let you stay average. They'll accept your excuses. They even applaud your bare minimum effort. But your future self, that version of you is begging for more. That version is screaming at you to wake up and stop waiting for life to do something for you. It's time for you to do something for life. That's the warrior's creed. Take extreme ownership or stay a victim forever. And here's the real kicker. Once you fully embrace that no one is coming, you actually become more powerful than ever before, because everything you achieve is yours. Every win, every battle, every level of growth. You earned it. That's how warriors are forged. Not by being helped, but by being abandoned and rising anyway. You build pride not by being carried, but by carrying yourself through the fire and out the other side, scarred, tired, stronger than ever. You'll start to crave that feeling. You'll start to rely on that version of yourself more than anyone else on this earth. So from this moment forward, stop waiting. Stop hoping. Stop stalling. No one is coming to save you. The life you want, you build it with your hands. The strength you dream of, you earn it in suffering. 2, the discipline you admire in others, you craft it alone in the dark when no one is clapping. That's what the warrior mindset demands: complete, brutal, unapologetic self-responsibility. And once you taste it, once you own everything, you'll never give your power away again. Discipline is the core of the warrior. Discipline isn't a choice. It's a necessity. It's not a feeling, and it's never about motivation. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. It's the backbone of the warrior mindset. Without discipline, you're a slave to your emotions. One bad day, one tough moment, and you fold, you skip the workout, you hit snooze. You take shortcuts. That's what separates the warrior from the average person. The warrior doesn't give themselves options. They execute the mission, whether it's raining, whether they're tired, whether they're heartbroken, they show up. No negotiations, no excuses. Most people live life on autopilot, controlled by comfort and emotions. If they feel like it, they go. If they don't, they stay. That's weakness. That's why they never change. But the warrior builds habits so powerful that feelings become irrelevant. They train themselves to move before the mind has time to interfere. That alarm clock goes off at 4 a.m. Their onkat's waiting. They attack it. That goal's in front of them. They grind for it. Day after day. Week after week. Year after year. That's discipline. That's how warriors rise while everyone else stays asleep. Discipline doesn't start big. It starts with small daily victories. Getting up early when you don't want to. Eating clean when no one's watching. Saying no to distractions that most people cave to. Those little wins create a compound effect. You stack them day after day, and suddenly you've built a mind that doesn't break. A mind that thrives under pressure. A mind that expects resistance and crushes it. The world rewards the ones who can stay the course, not the ones who talk about it, dream about it, or post about it. Discipline is what turns action into a way of life. And the truth is, discipline is painful. It's boring. It's repetitive. That's why so few people have it. But that's also what makes it powerful. The more painful it is, the more it forges you. It turns you into someone who chooses suffering on purpose, because you understand what's on the other side: growth, clarity, control, and domination. Warriors aren't built on motivation. They're built on repetition. The same grind, the same fight, the same routine, executed like clockwork with zero room for weakness. Discipline is the weapon you bring to war every day. It's your armor when life punches you in the mouth. When people leave you, when opportunities vanish, when pain hits hard, discipline keeps you moving. It doesn't waver. 2, it doesn't beg for mercy. It keeps swinging, keeps grinds rising. It becomes who you are. And when discipline becomes part of your identity, nothing can stop you. Not setbacks, not fatigue. You become the kind of person that life can't break because you've broken yourself down and rebuilt through intentional suffering. So understand this: without discipline, your goals are just wishes. Your talk is cheap. Your mindset is fragile. But with discipline, you become dangerous. You become focused, grounded, and untouchable. You don't flinch under pressure. You welcome it. You don't run from the grind. You are the grind. And when others are resting, you're still working, still rising, still growing. Because you know one truth: discipline is freedom. And warriors will suffer for that freedom every single day.